What is going on? Welcome back. You know where you are, you know who you're with, and you know what you're here to see. This is the Origin from 900 Global. Brand new everything. 248-050-020 with the brand new RB93 hybrid cover. Find out what all that means. Just a sec, let's find out what's going on out here on the lanes. This is not our typical house shot. This is a little longer, a little more volume of oil, but it's also broken in just a little bit. I threw the Ion Max a bit and the Attention Start S2 just to kind of beat it up a bit to kind of simulate when I might be going to one of those, but let's see what we got. Can you throw that any more out the window than I just did? I don't think so. Ion Max capable from a variety of lines. That doesn't mean that where it's capable is the correct line. So let's throw a much better one. And then we'll dip out of this, get to the star of the show. All right, quite a bit better. Still kind of threw it a bit right. Let's get warmed up here. But yeah, Ion Max, definitely my new top of the bag ball. I don't know of something better than that for me. Super strong cover and a strong core, but not as asymmetric as maybe some of its peers. The intermediate diff is a little bit lower. I match up well with that. But that is probably not what I would be looking to use when I'm on a longer, heavier shot that's starting to break down, starting to develop some friction from either myself or people around me. That's when I turn to something still strong inside, big engine, but it's got a cover that can kind of get it down a little longer. I'm hoping that this Origin is gonna satisfy some of that. Stand in the same place, and then we'll talk. Well, that was nice. You see how nice that glided down? But still has quite a bit down lane. So we talked about the engine. Let's talk a little bit about the outside, the tires. These are more like summer tires. New Power Edge compound polish finish. And we're gonna see a little bit about how it does on a strong ball. Well, so if I was looking to complete my bingo card and one of the spaces was split the 2.8 Origin, check. But let's take a look at a better shot too. All right, the bingo card completion continues. Tripped 4. So definitely is making a move down lane. And on heavier volumes, you don't want a polished ball to blow through that. So new West Seattle chamois, we got the green, we got the blue, so all the Pacific Northwest needs in your bag also satisfied. So, all right, I think we're wanting to be about here, board left. That was great. I can see the strong engine revving up. I like to see the engine bringing the ball's shape, the ball's core dynamics a little closer to me, and then letting the cover take over. Let's see what happens if I move in a little. Will it miss the spot? So this is 3 left here. The answer, no. That looks really nice. It's actually strong and controllable. It's not jumping off the spot, as you can see. So let's talk layout. This is a 60 by 5.5 by 40. So has the pin just above my middle finger. Let's try another one of those. Six with the late tap of the 10. I'm a little inside of where I would probably play on something a little longer, but we're just experimenting. We're just seeing what the Origin can do. Again, all of this is brand new. The cover's new, the core is new, the surface preparation is new. Early verdicts of the new Power Edge compound polish, from me anyway, excellent. For a lot of my options, I've already swapped it in lieu of maybe what other polish used to be on it. I think it does a much better job of reading more of the lane without sacrificing consistency. Yeah, you see there, I'm still a little bit inside, and even on this longer oil and a polished cover, that new Power Edge I think is helping the cover and the engine all work together to read the lane pretty good. So they got back pretty convincingly, high 4-pin, but so another. This one is excellent. The color is also suit my eye pretty nice. I like actually a little bit of bright to kind of show me the axis rotation going down the lane, show me where I may have not thrown it how I intended. But the color scheme is gorgeous. The two-tone blue and the purple look great. Let's swap out for a sec and grab one of its peers, the ball that's kind of fitting in this type of a slot in my bag currently. This is the DNA Coil from Storm. 247-053-023. So a little bit bigger of an engine, just a little bit more horsepower, but not too dissimilar. Stand in the same place, which is, again, still a little more inside of where I'd want to play, but just for comparison's sake. Yeah, missed a little right again. But one thing to note about the DNA Coil is that I actually took off the reactor gloss, which I thought worked pretty nice on it, and just wanted to have a more apples to apples comparison. So I put Power Edge on the coil so we can kind of see where the differences may or may not be. Clobbered that 9-pin. DNA Coil, my go-to heavier oil, longer oil, shiny ball. And why? Well, it's got a pretty strong core, so that helps. And the cover, that Exo Pearl, I've seen to also be pretty capable. So I do like it better, in all transparency, with the new Power Edge compound. I just think it kind of rounds off the sharp edges in the back that can appear sometimes with a shiny cover. To me, so far, throwing the coil up against the Origin, I can see the slight bit more flare and the slight bit more asymmetry of the coil, differentiating it from the Origin. It starts to go through its phases, maybe just a little quicker than the Origin. You can see why the DNA Coil has not only filled that spot in my bag, but it's fun to throw too. Kind of has the color scheme of the old Virtual Gravity Nano Pearl from 12 years ago. All right, we'll throw one more and then we'll swap into the brand new. All right, wrap 10. Let's get out of the coil. The Origin and the DNA Coil fall into the category of a bowling ball that you're on a longer pattern, you're on a heavier pattern, but maybe the front of the lane is starting to get beat up a bit, which happens a lot because often people throw stronger covered bowling balls to start on a fresh, longer, heavier shot. And so those strong modern covers start soaking up the oil. So you need something to get through that. But as we start moving inside, we need something also strong enough to get back to the pocket. So you might call a ball like the Origin and the DNA Coil sort of like a Game 2 ball, sort of like the downshift from your Ion Maxes, your harsh realities. Well, I think as we can see, Origin has no problem getting back there. One thing to note about these two balls in particular are that the layouts are different, where, as I said, the Origin has a layout of 60 by 5.5 by 40, so pin just above the middle finger. The DNA Coil, I have that, my standard kind of strong ball layout, which is 60 by 5.25 by 60, so more of a pin down shape. Woof. That was me missing in quite a bit. But I think it does show some of the characteristics where a pin down shape, I think, has the core begin its skid to hook and hook to roll just a little sooner. The layout on the Origin has the transition happening a little bit more down lane. So that kind of tracks with that there. Let's throw a better shot. Yeah, much better. And therein we see that down lane motion. Got it to about where I wanted it to be, turned the corner, and went through the pins very hard, leaving that stone 9. So far the 3 new balls from the Storm brands have been excellent. The Road Warrior really surprised me. Love that ball. Tension Star S2, super capable on fresh oil. And this Origin, I think, is a great slot down ball. So that when it's time to move inside and you throw it right, it has no problem getting back while also dealing with the heavy oil. Reserve Blend 93 hybrid, never been used before. I like it so far. Yeah, super capable. Very even keeled, this Origin. It doesn't mean that it doesn't flip over and get there, but for a strong polished ball, this doesn't feel out of control. Here at West Seattle Bowl, we have lanes that are relatively newer, and our oiler tends to put out just a little bit more conditioner than maybe some other centers. And so because of that, balls like this I tend to match up with just a little better, knocking some of the shine off with some surface. And I might do that. But for now, I think I might play around with this factory finish on a variety of different patterns. You see that one? How about some back row action? Even inside, that ball goes through the pins super strong. So for a brand new line, I'm pleased, I'm impressed, I'm excited. I think something like this could look really great on lanes at a center that maybe are a little older, a little more developed friction, a little more age, a little more wrinkles in the face. Man, that cracks those pins like a baseball bat. All right, let's throw a couple more, then we'll wrap it up. Let's move a little more inside. See that one? That looked just about perfect, so I think we have a winner with the Origin. I think what's really good for me to see is that all 3 new releases from the Storm brands, Road Warrior, Tension Star S2, and the Origin, they're all different. So they can all find a place with the right person, the right time, the right situation. You got some options. Yeah, his ball's breaking in nicely too. We'll throw 2 more back to back, and then we'll have a final word. And our final shot. All right, this ball struck a lot, which can be tricky sometimes when it's just you on a longer oil pattern with a brand new polished ball that you're trying to learn. I didn't have to hunt and peck to find where this ball fits. I think it found me. So the end of the year is upon us, and so pretty soon our Pro Shop will be offering to you what we've found our favorite balls of 2024 to be. So look for that. But for now, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.